Hello, and welcome to a theory video on the Concept PV4 trailer that we got a couple months ago. I have been putting this off for a little too long at this point, and now is the best time that I could come to do this. So, and also, as a note, before we start, I want to note that we are not going to be talking about the ARG. The ARG is in here in this concept trailer, but we are not talking about that. If you want to learn more about the ARG, Renegade's video on the ARG will be down in the description below. And to start things off, I wanted to talk about, well, as you can see, the first thing that is on the screen, and that is Calcit. So, the thing that I noticed is there is a short time frame of when another character is on the screen. Slowing it down so you guys can see it, because it happens really fast, as you can see. So fast that I have to go back. There she is. Now, what I'm assuming this is, since we know that Calcit is AMA 10, I believe, from the Lone Trail story, I would like to believe that this is AMA 01, the first AMA. I'd like to note, like, before we continue, I have not read Chapter 13 yet, and I know nothing about Chapter 14. So just keep that in mind as we go on. But something I'd like to note about AMA 01, or who I assume is AMA 01, is the skeleton that you can see around her. And it kind of makes me think that maybe Monster could be them, but I'm not going to, like, keep that as confirmed. But this makes me think that it's AMA 01. Who that could be, or even if they're still around, or even if we know them at all, is who knows. But as we move on, we get to the crown and the character walking away from it. I'd like to assume that this is Siege, but I have no idea. The hair color definitely matches Siege's colored hair, and she is technically a king of Victoria. So what I'm thinking is that that's maybe the crown of Victoria, and she's, like, walking away from it because she's doing something else. I don't know. But again, this is just a theory video, so that's the thing. The next thing I'd like to know is, of course, who we can all assume is Lapland. The scar matches, white hair matches. It's definitely Lapland. There is no doubt in people's minds that this is Lapland. However, what I would like to talk about is, does this confirm Asura Kusano 2 Or maybe she's part of the main story for the third arc for the main story. On top of that, if this is an alter, I'd like to assume that the black hair that is around her is Zaro. And Zaro will be part of what her alter may be in the future. So that could be really cool. Since at the end of Ilsir Kasano, Zaro and Lapin kind of just teamed up. In a way. So, as we keep going, we will see other characters. I couldn't tell you anything on this one. I have looked like everywhere. There's nothing to like tip me off that I know anything about this character or this character for that matter. I don't recognize anything really. But this makes me think that we'll get another vampire character in the future from the Cincta race, or the Sarcasm race of the vampire kind of like Closure and Warfarin. Or if they're not going to be a released character, they're at least going to be a very important NPC in the coming future. And then next we have quite an interesting scene. And the silhouette of the character reminds me of a few different characters. It reminds me of Project Red. It reminds me of Crown Slayer. And it also reminds me of Amiya. Now, the stuff around the character makes me more inclined to think that it's Amiya, but due to recent things, I'd like to assume that it's not Amiya with like all these around her. I'd like to think that it is Crown Slayer because of like the fog, because her arts are a type of fog. So that's what I think, that we might get Crown Slayer in the future as a playable character, because we don't know where she is right now. After the end of Ilsur Kasano, she could have gone anywhere, to be honest. And then also Project Red is an option because the hood definitely seems to match with the design of Project Red's hood. But that's all I got for that. Like, just some it could also just be someone else entirely. Who knows? But moving on from that, just like, oh, went a little too fast. I just want to look at that real quick. Yeah, I don't see anything. This is the next thing that tipped me off, which makes me think that we are going to get more Sarcasm and Cincta lore in the future. For obvious reasons. Maybe something about like them working together on something, or like it's a forbidden love or something. Who knows? But definitely more lore on the Sarcasm Cincta side. Going past all of this, and all that. Now, at first I thought this was uh, like a Rin Labs sort of thing. Or no, no. But regardless, I realize this is Kira. Bottom left, which is behind my head at the moment. Oh, there. Kira from Kirag is in the bottom left. So we're gonna get probably another Kira event. Kirag. Kir. I can't remember how to pronounce that place. But it is a really interesting looking place. Whatever this is. We'll definitely see in the future, that's for sure. But yeah, the next thing I wanted to talk about is all of this. It looks like Rin Labs, also in the bottom left. I'll move my face again over here. It looks like Rin Labs is building some sort of machine or something. I'm assuming that this is going to be like another spaceship, like Kirsten made. But they're doing it again. But now that Kirsten has sparked the flame of the whole space thing, all of Rin Lab is probably wanting to go to space. So I'm assuming that this is a blueprint for a spaceship. Of course, theory, but it is my first initial thoughts when looking at this and remembering that Lone Trail happened. And it's also by the energy department from Rin Lab. So, and then we get like maybe like a model down here, and this looks like outside of the ship, so maybe it's currently going upwards. I do not know. No one knows right now, just a theory. But that is what I see. Looks to the stars are closer now, and then we get to here, which is seemingly in the outer space of the planet, because it looks like maybe this. Hold on, let me move myself back again, because it seems like this right here is like the circle form of the planet itself, and then maybe this is the spaceship. Who knows? But something got destroyed. Maybe the spaceship. Unknown. And then this here is what seems to be the portal from IS-4, and it looks like we are fixing it. And this is how things start to happen for the whole Enfield pilgrimage, I guess I should say, or travel, because to those who don't know, we used this portal to get to another planet, because this is a portal. Because it was talked about in the one of the Enfield trailers. But yeah, it looks like we fixed it, because it looks like there's like construction going on, and then it starts to clear up as it works its way around, and then it's just all clear. But that's all of the theories that I have for this video. If you guys have any comments you want to say, or want to correct me on anything without spoiling me for chapter 13 and 14, by the way, please don't do that. You're more than welcome to list off your own theories in the comments, or other things as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.